She was the CEO, a black woman who had built the company from scratch, respected by employees and admired by investors. Yet when she walked into the boardroom that morning, she was stopped abruptly. "Wait outside," a white manager said, barely looking at her. Shock froze her in place. Was it a mistake? Or something more sinister? The whispers, the stares, the invisible walls she'd broken through suddenly felt like a cage. What happens when the very people who work under your leadership question your authority just because of your skin color? Watch until the end to find out. Wait a second, tell us where you're watching from in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more powerful stories like this. Monica Reynolds had earned every inch of her success. From a small apartment in Chicago, she had climbed the corporate ladder through sheer determination, intellect, and late nights fueled by coffee and ambition. Her company, a tech startup providing sustainable solutions, had just hit a significant milestone, securing a multi-million-dollar investment. She was proud, but no matter how high she climbed, the shadow of prejudice lingered. That morning felt ordinary at first. She entered the sleek office building, her mind on the quarterly report. The elevators hummed quietly as she prepared for the board meeting. Yet the usual greetings were absent. Security glanced at her with something between confusion and disdain. And then the words that shattered the morning calm. "Wait outside." Not in jest, not a mistake. A command, cold and deliberate. Monica had faced challenges before, but this was something else. This felt personal. Confusion turned to disbelief. She lingered near the entrance, scanning the polished office floor. The boardroom door opened, and inside, the executives, most of whom she had personally mentored, exchanged smirks, avoiding her gaze. A creeping anger replaced the shock. Every subtle bias, every overlooked contribution, every microaggression she had endured flashed before her eyes. Minutes dragged like hours. Phones clicked. Laptops hummed. She realized this wasn't an accident. Her identity and presence had been questioned before she even entered the room. The manager who had stopped her stepped forward, trying to explain, but she didn't need words. Her mind had already processed the injustice. Every moment she waited, she felt the weight of history pressing on her shoulders. Her pulse quickened. She remembered the countless women of color who had been silenced, dismissed, and underestimated. But Monica wasn't invisible. Not today! With a decisive step, she turned and walked back to the boardroom, observing everything. The complacent faces, the subtle gestures of superiority, and the arrogance that assumed power was theirs by birthright. She didn't just want to respond. She tried to make a statement that no prejudice, no bias, could ever undermine her authority. In the span of 2 minutes, Monica acted. She signed a few documents, delegating authority as necessary, and contacted the HR department and legal counsel. One by one, she dismissed the managers who had dared to question her, those who had whispered, "Maybe she shouldn't be here." Shock spread across the room like wildfire. Cameras flashed. Some employees whispered, others stared in awe. Monica, composed but fierce, had transformed humiliation into decisive power. The very people who thought they held control realized they were powerless against integrity, skill, and courage. In that moment, the office wasn't just hers. It was a testament to resilience, justice, and the undeniable truth that leadership transcends race. By the end of the day, the company had a new direction, guided by merit, vision, and accountability. Monica stood in the now empty boardroom, reflecting on what had just unfolded. The humiliation had been brief, but the impact was lasting. She had confronted prejudice head-on, proving that bias could be challenged, dismantled, and corrected. Her story became an example of strength for countless others navigating similar obstacles, proof that standing firm against injustice could inspire change. Racial bias may persist, but courage and skill are unyielding. Monica's act was more than a personal triumph. It was a statement to the world. Authority, respect, and opportunity should never be denied because of skin color. How many more barriers like these exist, waiting for someone to break them? Please share your thoughts and tell us which city and country you're watching from. Take care.